Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the Battle Wounds podcast, and I'm your host, Amos St. John. And I want to thank you for all who have tuned in and are part of this journey with me. Make sure you're subscribe, follow all the pages. Again, thank you for tuning in. It means the world to me. Got a lot of response from the last episode concerning me and my trainer, Aaron Searles' Tank. Man, that was a great episode, great conversation. He'll be back again, man. Make sure you follow his pages and interact with him if you have any questions concerning the fitness and health journey, man. He's a great resource. I believe that he'll be a tremendous resource for you. Listen, Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you and everyone that is here who've made it over the edge, man. We made it to the next chapter of 2024. Man, wow, we made it to the year 2024. So much to unpack with that. But just want to welcome you to the Battle Wounds podcast. It means the world to me that you're here with me, part of this journey. We got a lot to talk about, but today I just want to start, for those who follow me on my journey on my social medias, my socials, whether you're on Facebook or Instagram or even on YouTube. You saw I made a post kind of sharing a farewell to my church, Embassy City, located in Irving, Texas. The pastors are Tim and Janice Rivers. I've been their music director for the past, we could say, 5 years. Started playing there via a good friend of mine's, Jamar Jones, connected me there. He's the former executive worship pastor. Now it's Sarah Benibo who's the worship pastor. And he brought me there in 2018, man. And I could say, man, that's a whole nother story. When I walked into those doors and I met who is now world-renowned. He was world-renowned back then, but at the time, it was just Tim. Now he's Tim Ross. I met him for the first time there, man, and I had my ideas about pastors. You know, when I walked into those doors, I already had my own views of what pastors are, and I could be honest and say Tim Ross changed my whole viewpoint of who pastors are, and how human they are, and how real, and how anointed they could be. I mean, and authentic. And so I walked into those doors in 2018, really broken, man. I was in a really bad place from all the experiences I've experienced in moving and traveling and working at different faith-based organizations. I walked in with some scars. Well, I can say when I walked away at the end of last year, I'm a completely different person. I am healed. I have some wisdom. I walk away with a certain level of confidence. And again, meeting Tim Ross, and then they transitioned last year to Tim Rivers and Janice Rivers. Amazing ministry. But their mission, their vision and mission is basically come, grow, and go. And so I believe I came in 2018. And I went through all those years of growing, experiencing so many growing pains and learning from that. And then I felt a nudge a while back ago to say, it's time for you to go. There's no scandal, there's no issue. It was just literally time for me to go. You know, we'll talk about that in another episode. When you realize you've outgrown your situation, and you have to be mature and confident enough, and you know what? It's time for me to make room for someone else to take over. And so that's what I did at Embassy City. My crew there, my brothers, the band, from Jay, Elijah, Leslie, Paolo, Kay, Mike, John too, everyone that I've encountered in the band there. They are all my brothers, but it was just time for me to step forward into new territory. So y'all are part of this journey. If you look back at the 23 episodes, you kind of see my journey in the past 3 or 4 years. And so now you're part of this new chapter. I would call my winning season. I'm claiming it's my winning season. I went through a healing season. I went through a growing season. Now I'm going into a winning season. And so y'all are part of this journey. And so I stepped down as music director from MBC City, as you can see the posts on all my socials. And here I am today on 2024. I am stepping into new territory. And we shall see what that will unfold. But I want to, again, thank you for all the support. Embassy City, Pastor Tim and Janice Rivers, Sarah Benibo, Greg Poss, my bandmates, Embassy City Music, all the singers, all the worship leaders, everyone that I've encountered and worked with, all the congregants, I'll call the ambassadors and members of Embassy City. I love you all. Thank you for just loving me and Gracie. And, we eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what God is going to reveal and do in our lives. So thank you again for your praise and support. All right, man, we're moving forward. Here in the year 2024. I'm going to be honest, y'all, I need a detox. Every year we talk about, man, I just need to do a cleanse. And I see a lot of people posting about they're doing a 21-day fast and the cleanses and stuff like that. It's so important as you start a new chapter, a new year, to do a detox. But I want to kind of unpack what detox is all about. Detoxifying. And a lot of people, when they talk about detox, they can kind of just talk about just food, what you intake in your body, which is extremely important. But I want to split it into kind of 3 different areas: your mind, body, and soul. Detoxing your mind, body. I need a detox in my mind, my body, and my soul. And I was thinking about it. I said, man, this internet and social media is so congested with so much junk, so much news, tragedy after tragedy, tabloid after tabloid, propaganda after propaganda. Lord have mercy. Sometimes you just need to silence the noise of what you're taking in your mind, what you're thinking through. And for me, I'm just going to share my journey. I noticed that I was easily caving into some negative thinking. And what pulled me into I need a detox is that, man, I'm in a good season. And I can't not, look at it as a negative thing. And in order to shift that, transform that, renew my mind, as we say in the word, I just had to kind of realize that I was intaking a lot of junk, a lot of toxicity in my mind. And it was really, really messing up the way I was thinking. And so I think one of the first areas as we enter into the season of detox, I need a detox, you need a detox, we all need a detox. Your mind is the first place I feel like you need to really, really, really work on in detox and taking all the toxins out of the way you think. And what influences the way you think is what you look at, who you look at, the things that you watch, the things that you are scrolling through on your social medias. I think it affects the way you think. And for me, I really, really, really realized it's man, I see how you're easily caving into this negative thinking. And I was like, you know what? You need a detox. You need to just pull away from negative thinking in your mind. Negative conversations. Some people, I don't know if you go through this, but sometimes you talk to somebody and they are so negative. They're so toxic. And I really encourage you as you start this new year to really learn to pull away, detox for some people who are just toxic, negative. And they may not even know they're negative. But it's so important that you pull away because this is your winning season. I am saying not just for me, but for you, this is your winning season and you need to detox before you walk into the season as you prepare this 2024. Is that, some people just don't need to be in your space because they're kind of congesting your thought process. They're kind of messing up your vibe, your energy, what people will say. So yes, detox your mind, mind your conversations, mind your audience, mind what you're scrolling through in social media, mind what you're watching on TV. And of course, now we switch into the body. The body. Yes, all of us going into a fast, a Daniel fast, which is primarily fruits, vegetables, and no meats. And there's different ways, and depending on what your diet is or what you're doing, some of us might be taking medicine, and you might be, have certain restrictions that you can't do from your doctor. So, yeah, the fast may vary for different people, but yes, your body requires a detox. Yes, sometimes you're so clouded in your mind that you find yourself emotionally and partaking into those toxic foods. The other day I was with my lady. That's a whole nother conversation. But yes, I was sitting watching this Netflix with my lady. My daughter was around, playing on her iPad, and we were watching this. I can't remember what this specific Netflix documentary was, and man, they were talking about twins in the study of diets. One was doing a vegan diet, the other one was doing omnivore diet, and the sub story was about how the foods are being prepared on farmed and how toxic it is in these farms. You would think it's organic, or you think it's natural or farm raised, and it's really in a very toxic environment. So it had me thinking, like, man, even the supposedly the good foods are toxic. It's like, man, what am I supposed to eat out there? It changes the whole, or adds a depth to the meaning of saying grace before you eat. God bless this food, because we're literally not sure what we're eating is gonna really help us. It might be killing us, And so anyways, looked at this documentary, and I finished watching this documentary, and it really made me think, it's like, man, I gotta really pray and really, detox even from the food that I think is deemed healthy, and really understand. It's like, man, you really have to pay attention to what you're intaking in your body, because it might be leading to even more toxicity with your health. And so be aware of what you're intaking, what you're drinking, and what you're not drinking, and what you're eating, and what you're not eating, because it may be the source of a lot of toxicity in your body. And so as you detox, think about that. Think about that. What are you taking in your body? What are you drinking? What are you not drinking? You're not drinking enough water. Well, you're drinking a lot of the sodas, or you're drinking a lot of carbonated or high sugary foods, or drinks, and salty foods. And you might be going through a situation in your life that has caused you to be a little bit more emotional, and you tend to crave, your cortisol levels are up, and so your stress hormones and all that stuff, so you're craving all these fatty and foods, these comfort foods. I believe it's time for you to detox from that. It's time to pull away from those and really find the more healthier foods. That's what I'm going to do. It's so important to detox from what you're putting in your body, and so I really want to enter this winning season healthy. And the final thing I want to talk about is your soul. Mind, body, soul. Detox. There are some things deep in your heart, in your soul, that has been the source of toxicity, some unforgiveness, some unresolved issues, some things that you've kind of tucked underneath the carpet in your soul. It's time for you to deal with it. It's time for you to confront it in a healthy way. If you need to sit with a therapist, sit with a therapist, or sit with a trusted individual to help you dig and deal with that unresolved issue, that unforgiveness, because it's time for you to be healthy. It's time for you to be clean. It's time for you to detoxify in your soul. You haven't been to church, it's time for you to find a church home. I know right now, I don't want to get into all these tabloids, but yeah, what we may deem as untouchable, people who you may, put in a pedestal, are being placed under scrutiny, placed under a magnifying glass, and they might necessarily not be looked in a good light right now. But they're still great people. There's still great churches. There's still great individuals who I believe can really help minister to your soul and really lead you down a path of righteousness and really understand who God is in your life. So yes, find ways to detox your soul. For me, it's always, I find myself pulling away from certain music at certain times, and I didn't realize, like, man, Amos, you haven't been listening to your worship music. I have a playlist in my on my phone, and in my music store, and it's a playlist that I haven't used in a while. And the other day I played it, and you understand how well I felt. Like my spirit, my soul felt at ease. Like all that torment of thoughts and how you feel. All it takes sometimes is some good music and some meditation and some quiet time to help detoxify those things in your soul that are just not pure. So in this season of detoxifying, find time to detoxify things in your mind, detoxify things in your body, and you detoxify things in your soul. And I guarantee, like, you're gonna see an improvement in how you move in life in this new year, 2024. It's serious, man. Like, there's so much happening, and sometimes you just gotta shut out the noise in your mind, remove all the toxins in your body, and definitely cleanse your soul. It's time to detox, y'all. I really believe, like, I feel like I'm walking into a winning season. You're walking into a winning season. You've suffered, you healed those wounds. It's time for you to walk forward in victory. You're entering a winning season, but it's time for you to detox. Clean up your mind, clean up your body, clean up your soul, so you can walk in fresh and ready for this new chapter, this new year. Yeah, there's a lot of noise. It's gonna be there, y'all. But sometimes it's good to just pull away from it and silence the noise. I'm excited about this new chapter of this winning season as we start this new year. And I'm just so excited, looking forward to, man, I don't even know what God is doing, but you know what? I'm excited because he has shown me from time and time again that he can do the impossible. He can blow my mind. And I don't know what your belief system is, but, you know, for those who know me, I believe in God. I believe in Christ. I am a follower of Christ. I believe that Jesus is my Lord and Savior. And so he is the light in the midst of darkness for me. And so as I am detoxifying things in my life, I lean so hard on Jesus. I lean so hard on my worship and reading the word and praying and meditating and seeking just to hear the voice of God in this time. I believe that, you know what, he will speak. A lot of us are looking for answers. It's in that detoxifying season that I believe those answers can come. Right now, I believe a lot of your answers and the solutions to your situations are hidden underneath all the toxicity that needs to be removed in your life. So it's time to detox, y'all, so you can get the solution to your issues, so you can hear it, so you can see it, so God can reveal it. It's time to detox. So as you enter into this season, in this new year, it's time to detox, y'all, your mind, your body, and your soul. Let's do this together, y'all. I believe it. This is our winning season. I'm going to win. You're going to win. We are going to win. After all you've lost, you're entering into a season of consecutive wins. I speak that. I'm documenting that. But it requires detox, taking out the toxins so you can hear and move and breathe freely and clearly. So that's what I have for y'all today. I knew this was not going to be a long episode. I have some guests coming on in future episodes, so just tune in. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like and follow all the pages. Again, leave a comment. Leave a review on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts and wherever you're listening and watching this. I really need to see some feed, see how is this blessing you? And if you haven't caught up on these past episodes, please go back. It'll show you, it'll kind of show you Amos's 3 years ago, the Amos where I was 3 years ago. And you see a lot of, consistencies, and you see a lot of differences. I didn't see what I see today back then, and I was amazed just to hear just the things that I was experiencing back then and where I am today. I'm thankful for that journey. So yes, if you haven't caught up on those episodes, go back and listen to that. There's a lot of great jewels, but there's a lot more coming. So stay tuned, and thank you so much for tuning into this Battle Wounds podcast. I'm your host, Amos St. John. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, follow this journey. We're entering our winning season, y'all. It's time to detox, because you know why? Health is wealth. Until next time, y'all have a great week, a great weekend, a great day, a great evening, and make sure you understand the importance that health is wealth. Until next time, see you.